No, you can't win trade anymore. You can't see usernames. They solved the problem, guys. When my monsters suck by comparison, every monsters deck is either doesn't have a lot of points or is very weak to tile removal. And there is a good amount of tile removal running around. The best monsters cards are bronzes. That's not really that helpful. Yeah, that too. They're not good at shutting down what the opponent's trying to do. Try to win round 1 with Passiflora. Got an Adriano and a Seductress to play. I don't hate it. Let's play more big stuff. There's only so much efficient big stuff you can play. And when it trades down so poorly to like poisons, not gonna win a long game. Kiki loses to other things. Like itself.
When I do the tenderizing, there's nothing left to fry.
That's annoying. What the fuck? So we traded scenarios. I guess that's good. Oh no. What's gonna happen to me in round 3? Can I fight through the siege? Can like Adriano... We're tied on engines. I don't know, we gotta fill up with siege. I'm just gonna take the pass. What Kiki is letting you win round 1 for free? The bricked one. The one you play against in like a quarter of your Kiki games. Yeah, lockdown was pretty easy when I was playing Kiki. It wasn't really the problem. The deck doesn't really need its leader. And Usurper's kind of bad at fighting over round 1, which is the thing that actually matters. I can caulk into Sewer Raiders. Good Disciple into Sewer Raiders. I'll click it. I get my Adriano next turn if he wants to keep playing. Okay. It's a little scary. Good Sacred Flame now. I get the pass. If it doesn't, it's an extra point on the Adriano. I'll also make the Adriano play for 11. Guess it's one short. Hey, Axel. Oh, you're one of the Ball plus Lockdown memers we queued into vampires with yesterday.
We share the profits, not the work.
Now we're in range with just Kong.
Dark clouds gather over Temeria.
That doesn't work. GQ1 prof below cap are all in a random ST list. Imagine bringing monsters over a real faction. Okay. Guess we're just Konging.
Yes, you! Have you made your offering?
Monsters is a real faction. Okay. What am I missing here? I'm missing bone talismans. Kinda like to not be missing bone talismans. I feel V'd for a spender. Fuck. I don't know what I was expecting.
Remove his cowl, then his ears!
Yeah, one of these things will come in the March expansion. One of these things. Cherry herding Louisa's better than Philippa? Probably. Depends how much you care about Philippa.
Fall overboard and I'm not jumping in after you.
How am I beating his Draug?
You will answer my questions. Then I will tear out your tongue.
And by Draug, I really mean his Sabrina. Interesting.
Yes, you! Have you made your offering?
Can we call it just like Soil of Mahakam for consistency? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. He's gonna have enough revs that it doesn't really matter if I fill the row. Weeza. We jogs this turn, we Triss. Savola.
Want to see corpses? Corpses everywhere!
So you can't have Baron and Sabrina and Draug, so that's cool. Melee'd Mata. Now he can't even have Draug. We can't even have a good card. I think we win anyway. I don't have any siege engines. I think we're okay. I thought I was missing a lot of things this game. But they meleeed Mata. Wait. I'm so confused. He used one Foltest charge all game, didn't play Draug, and meleeed Mata? Hey YouTube, brief intermission to plug my Patreon. We got patrons, we've got different tiers. If Patreon is your preferred method to support your favorite content creators, be sure to check it out in the description below. Anyway, back to the Gwent. Oh, it's Holger that's just Skellige. No, you're right, you're right. It depends on the rest of your list. You gotta cut... Syndicate golds are so good. I don't know. Probably not. It's not as good as in Greatswords, and there's a lot more cards competing for the slot with Syndicate. Like, I'd play Hammond in most mid-range Skellige decks, but there's just so many better cards you can choose from for Syndicate. It's usually an 8-for-8 movement, which is pretty good. Speaking of cards that are pretty good, how do we beat that?
Brothers, we charge on 3. Knees are drowning in shite, but the head's in the clouds.
Ah, yes. Our win condition.
I had a hammer, I had a hammer in the morning.
I can get out. How bad is getting out? It's pretty bad. But there's a Rev here. And if this Rev ever lines up, which it's going to next turn, I'm kind of just out of the round. Yikes. How do I kill Revs? We don't. Mr. Opponent! Our win condition.
Blessed light so fine, you shall forever shine.
Surprised he passed. Well, his pass was absolute nonsense. Look at the cards.
Yes, you. Have you made your offering?
I'm gonna use one of these so that I'm not in Thalabor range on our priest. Okay. Philippa is a jerk.
With me, you'll forget your sorrows.
The traitors will pay for what they did.
Yup.
Sleep, my champion. Rest now.
Okay.
Nothing tickles my tits quite like a good secret.
The shadow spews heat like the sun. Black cat, hook nose, prominent wart. A witch, no doubt about it. You, yes, you! Have you made your offering?
Yeah. I think I'm happy just leader card. We can keep this stuff. I think making an artifact removal neutral only cuts back on faction identity. Not really.
Gather my men.
So we got Philippa Falibor Siege Leader. What does he still have? Scorch? Igni? Draug? Maybe. I like my Louisa. Oh, okay. That's sad. Can I even get to 9? 1, 2, 3, 4. Can't even get to Adriano. Triss can make Fizztech.
Remove his cowl, then his ears.
I should have selected Triss first. This is silly. Yeah.
Shh, my noble knight. Be still. I sense strong magic.
Kong it is.
That one, he venerates not the fire.
So what, we're going Savola into Disciple into Adriano to get our tribute paid.
This dance, you will never forget.
It's not terrible. Is it better than spending with Disciple? It is if I assume the Disciple's gonna die.
You will not stand in the way of my master's plans. I won't let you.
Oh, I can do this next. Still have a coin left over here.
Gotta go with your gut.
Should take the priest first, though.
Idle hands are evil's plaything.
Yeah, this works better. Forget about this coin. You're insulated from Igni with pretty good cards in hand.
On guard! A duel! To a duel I challenge thee! Abandon your false guns!
But yeah, Subathon is in 2 days. So we won that game, but there's like a pretty big asterisk.
The eternal fire light.
We should be pretty good against the Syndicate decks, right? We're still playing Savola. Push with Sacred Flame.
If the ring won't come off, just take the whole finger. Yes, you! Have you made your offering?
I don't know. This isn't like the ideal round 1 push hand, but delay the Kong forever if I take the Fistex.
Believe I heard more coin clinking about in that pouch of yours.
And then what? We Disciple next, and then start Fisteching. Could also Adriano. Just like Fistech, Adriano, Fistech. It's a little faster. Also establishes the Adriano early in the round. Ooh.
Sorry,
Okay, well now there's no rush to this deck. We'll just do this. And we'll see what he wants to do after we let him out here. Check Tortoise Cam. I don't see him. Can I put Tortoise in the Tortoise Cam? I'd have to like go downstairs and find him. This guy is really sick of losing to a Neku Pirate. Saul generates more points than a whole Congregate package. Depends how long the round is. The Congregate package picks up much faster than MP Saul. Tortoise does not scale stairs.
Damn it! Piece of shite! You go and pull it taut.
Not have control options, at the same time not be able to overpower with points. Yeah, this is really just like a Gurney deck, right? You're trying to just play enough points so that you're able to bleed and force out your opponent's stuff in an awkward way. The problem is this deck's also a lot less reliable than like the good Gurney decks were in the past. I do not know what the steepest incline Tortoise can scale is now. It probably depends what his traction on the surface is too, right? Assuming average friction. Oh. What is average friction? EDC is a czar. I can Luisa Savola. I know I want to push here, it's just how, and do I want to take a kick? If I want to get the Passiflora, I have to Luisa Savola, which, I don't know, that might be fine. Get a Czar first. What's a Czar do in round 3? No pay, this way we can Adriano the turn after we Passy. Playing the 12 for 6 penance. No idea. It wasn't in the list I was given, and I haven't added it. The deck already goes pretty tall. Does seem a little weird to not play it. Probably should cut like the dip in the pawn tower. Hey, dude. Redrames. Well, no, because we're pushing with the Seductress. The idea is we're forcing out our opponent's long round stuff, too. Whereas we can develop a board for Bone Talisman pretty quickly with Helvedan Leader. Favorite SK card? I like Tershak Veteran. It's not really... It kind of got outclassed by the boat, but I really enjoyed playing with that card. Okay, we get his leader. Nice.
We share the profits, not the work.
Not sure I'm still willing to jam Luisa Savola, but... might. I can Mata too, right? Gets me my last gold. That's good. Yeah, let's trade all this down.
You hurt my girls, I'll rip your knob off. Is that clear?
Gets me the coin carrier from the Passiflora. I get a few extra points on the Peaches. Of course, there's something big out of him.
Pyramids and ox circles, I've seen more shapes than an engineer.
I want to see corpses! Corpses everywhere!
If I use one charge, do I stay ahead of his Savola? What is this? 17 puts him to 42. I'm getting +2 from the Peaches.
You are worthy neither of mercy nor forgiveness.
I think this charge just gets me a card. to lose against Greatswords if you lose round 1. If you get to like a 6-card round, you don't go too wide in round 3. We almost won a game earlier, where we had a brick in our hand. We lost by like 5 points. If I didn't try to greed to find our Louisa and just kept like the 6-point bone talisman, we would have won. Great swords. Pretty easily great swords.
Nothing tickles my tits quite like a good secret.
How did I go with the monsters list? Like a little bit above 24. Yikes.
Black cat, hook nose, prominent wart. A witch, no doubt about it.
That one! He venerates not the fire!
Hopefully we roll bone talisman to the Triss.
This dance, you will never forget.
Any super heavy engine decks out there? Great swords. It's kind of what greatsword is, right? Play a bunch of engines, make your opponent not have enough removal for all of it. Stick some really important ones and then win. The Passiflora decks are kind of like that too.
Greater donations beget greater blessings.
I rely on the opponent's units though? Sure.
Don't get caught. Hit him between the legs.
Bone Talisman. Tilt. Pantara thing. This is what, 6? This is 6. They're all effectively 6.
By denying penance, you confirm your guilt!
Yeah.
Take no prisoners! No prisoners!
Oh, we win anyway. Cool. Who'd have thought? Say bottom 2 factions are NR and no, I wouldn't say NR is bottom 2. NR is like top 2 or top 3. NR's top 1? I don't know, Skoy is pretty good. Nardex top 3, Siege. Probably Draug too, like Greatsword isn't a threat. I have nothing to push this round. Oh, I can't remember.
None shall tread on us.
I'd look at like what everyone's score is on Pro Rank, but I literally can't see the faction scores anymore. Thanks, CDPR. I'm glad you made room to show us this crown points thing that means absolutely nothing.
How many sweet rolls could I get for a diamond?
Speaking of infuriating changes that they made this month. You see faction point? Nope. You can see them in client, but you have to like go to their friends page.
We will take back what was stolen.
So I guess that means if you set your profile to private, you can't see their scores? What are we doing? Yep, this was in the patch notes. They said they were going to. No idea why they changed it. We got a Zailer and this hand's not winning round 1. Whatever. Yeah, it just changed like 2 days ago. But look at the bright side. Now you can see crown points without having to click on a separate tab. Why? So you can see crown points without having to click on a separate tab. I don't know why. If I knew why, I'd tell you why. Clicking is hard. Well, now you can only see it in game. You can't see it on the website. I can't click on these names to see their scores in the website. And yeah, it is kind of a pain using the client. It's way slower. We've got our things now. I don't know.
I heard the Ethereal read minds.
I think you might be able to set your profile to private. Why is it slower? Because you can't just scroll through it. You have to click on each individual name, click on the tab to see their ranks. It's way slower. You also can't scrape it. So people that were like assembling data to try to talk about like the trends of the season can't do it anymore. Without doing a lot more work. What's our ADC on? I'm just gonna play this, whatever.
Yes, you! Have you made your offering?
Players used to abuse FMR information? How do you abuse FMR information? What does that even mean? Okay. How do we take procession?
Come, brothers! We've none to fear!
I mean, you can't even like see their account name. How do you? What does it even mean to abuse it? These fist decks are gonna be trash. I know these fist decks are gonna be trash. Like, you still got Purify Elf.
I see no role in it for you.
Aim between the eyes. Leave none alive.
My noble knight, be still.
For your man!
He like changes his explanation. Like, read the thread with Santu.
Remove his cowl, then his ear!
Or just stop Q sniping? I don't see how this stops Q sniping. Any more than just like adding a 10-second delay.
Dance of death! Ha! Ha!
He played his Purify early. I think the idea is that you could theoretically watch the print page until there's score updates, and then when there's score updates, you know they just finished a game and are likely queuing again. But, like, that works if they're on peak and win their game and decide to queue up again immediately. Because you already couldn't see their current scores. Unless you were in client.
Black cat, hook-nosed, prominent wart. A witch, no doubt about it.
I want a shield. I just wanted the shield.
Neither of mercy nor forgiveness.
Oh, I'm also losing Peach's points. Whoops. We're getting Ignied. Yuck. Scorched. Nice shield. I mean, it's whatever. Pretty sure we were gonna have row limit problems anyway. We could miss this 50-50. I get Triss. I have a 50-50 to either get Savola or Mata. And if I get Mata, then I get Triss. Ow.
With me, you'll forget your sorrows.
Still has Oak. I think we're losing here. Yikes.
By denying penance, you confirm your guilt.
Believe I heard more coin clinking about in that pouch of yours.
You're dead already.
Gotta beat Oak and another card. Not always. Not always.
The only good human is a dead human.
I'm dead. I'm fucking dead. Kill me.
Still got its teeth.
Their justification for not letting you see numbers on the website anymore is to avoid Q sniping. But like, so there were fringe situations where you could pay attention to the opponent's someone that you're trying to snipe's MMR updating and queue up right after they get a new peak. But instead of having to, like, their peak to increase, you just look at the total matches next to their name. And when that goes up, you know their game just ended. Hiding scores doesn't change the ability to Q snipe. You just look at the total matches, which is still there. Don't tell them to remove it too. We're blowing this thing out of proportion? Depends what you mean. Blowing the pointlessness of it all out of proportion? I don't think so. It's not a huge deal. It's just annoying. We had a feature and we lost the feature for an explanation that seems meaningless. Fuck. How do I beat this hound? This happened last time too. Just don't. You have to keep track of a lot of people then? No, you look at the total matches next to their name. If I want to snipe Padgerball, I see, okay, he's at 169 total matches played. I refresh the page until it says 170, and then I queue. Instead of, like, needing to see if his score increased, which would be, I guess, what they were worried about.
Gold shines brightest in the presence of fire.
One man's battlefield is another man's ripe patch for harvest.
So I'm playing one more card and then passing. What's the one card? Procession?
Just as we suffer.
No, I mean, Q sniping was a concern. But, like, this doesn't do anything.
Music marries cultures, connects folk to one another.
The eternal fire.
Yikes.
The eternal fire protects.
Interesting. So what are we doing here? We can go Triss, high roll our Triss into... What does Kong do? 6, 7? Just play a couple cards, go to a long round. We both have Passiflora.
Just
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is better by 1. I guess I'll use one charge first. Bone Talisman hit gets me ahead. Alright, this is fine. Yeah, that's why it was a weird excuse, Spender. Like, the amount that allows Q sniping is so minimal. Plus, like, you can still see the total score increase, right? So in the situation where it works, you just see if their MMR went up. Wait, does this do anything? Am I, like, completely misunderstanding their point here? In what other way does it change Q sniping? Literally all of the information on this page still lets you Q snipe. Can I not play this on an empty board? Why do I think I could play this on an empty board?
If the ring won't come off, just take the whole finger.
Change how you play crimes. Did you used to be able to play it on an empty board? I just want to confirm that I'm not, like, completely losing my mind. You don't know what faction they're actively playing? Sure.
By denying penance, you confirm your guilt.
I consider this my tip. Looks like some light reading.
You don't necessarily need to be close, but you're more likely to queue into them the closer you are. Still got a priest I want to get value on. Oh, just Azar first.
You shall transform and receive the gift of life.
I consider this my tip.
Idle hands are evil's playthings.
We're gonna have row limit problems. Big row limit problems.
I've got the whole world in my hands.
But so is he, so it's okay. Go us. I don't know why you can see it after that. You're up 2 seductresses still. You're probably still ahead there.
And Rivia! For the north!
Guess depends what the rest of your cards were. This could be a round 1 Sacred Flame hand.
If the king demands a head, I'll give him yours. We place our trust in you, eternal flame.
Did you not have a spender? You're still up 2 seductresses. And I'm gonna have row limit issues too. Get sieged. Yikes. Right. Oh, yeah, okay. That's a problem. Huh. Still push. I don't know.
Remove his cowl, then his ears.
It's when you have to pick a target, you get to take it back.
Believe I heard more coin clinking about in that pouch of yours.
No. You killed it.
Greater donations beget greater blessings.
This weekend is the first one, and then next weekend is the second one.
Redrame!
Okay. Another turn, I guess.
Test of decadence.
I'm not in either.
Don't sin.
Biggest non-gameplay related issue Gwent has. That it doesn't fucking work.
Resistance to fire.
Friend matches are incredibly buggy.
Labioda Suffolk.
should I bring? I don't know. I haven't put any thought to it.
Just great.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Kong's better.
Fire cannot burn without the proper fuel.
It would probably be like NRST Nilfgaard, but I would need to actually put some thought into conquest strategy, which isn't something that I've done. I watched the qualifiers. I don't know if anyone's streaming it. I don't know what our opponent's deck is. There's an Anna here. I'm lost. Actually, one of my bugs are in the qualifiers. Yeah, it would probably happen to you, so... Not too sad that I'm missing the tournaments. I can only imagine how frustrating that would be. If I get rid of this spender, I'm still drawing to one more Urchins and Helveed. So I'm gonna greet it.
Could I get for a dime?
Is Redrame gonna stream it? I have no idea. You have to ask him. Well, you could stream with a delay. So what? ADC... ADC is my Adriano. I'm missing a Czar. Fuck. Spoon Talisman should be good though, right? No bomb heap, please.
Leave my champion. Rest now.
There's a difference between being like up on the meta and like learning basically a new game from scratch to compete at the highest level. I guess I just Kong now. Get on the peaches.
Yes, you! Have you made your offering?
Is there anything about tournament mode? Not as far as I'm aware.
Fish stick for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's the dream.
Do not make me beg.
Where are his provisions? Right here.
Have you heard? I make dreams come true. To feel there is nothing.
No one can stop the Salamandra! No one! Have you no
Time to knock the shield off.
Careful. I heard the ethereal breathe
Yeah, okay. Whatever. Got him! Hey YouTube, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. There should be other videos you can watch over here and over here. Be sure to check out my Patreon in the video description. I stream every day on Twitch from 1 AM to 7 AM, and you can find that link in the description below as well. Deck lists are in the description as always. Thanks for watching.